Howdy, Commanders. I'm Sitting Hamster, and we're here to celebrate the 7th anniversary of Star Trek Fleet Command. But I'm not alone on this mission. I'm joined today by both Beck and Eco.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
We're here to celebrate on the bridge of the Enterprise, which I think looks absolutely spectacular. Gabe, Beck, what do we think of this set? I think it's incredible.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love what they've done. I'm excited to do more on it. I don't know.
They gave me buttons that I don't know what do.
Don't press the buttons. Do not press the buttons.
Don't push the buttons.
Yes, no button pressing.
I've done some incredible things in my life, but as a Star Trek fan, this has to be one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I just hope the community really appreciates and enjoys the video that we have planned. We love this community, and we want to show you our appreciation, and we want to revisit some of the great parts of the game and also parts of the community that really make this one of the best communities, I think, in gaming. All three of us have that experience. One thing I wanted to get out of the way before we get started is the difference in our Star Trek uniforms. Do we have an explanation why I look different from you guys?
Absolutely. So you see, we are the original crew, the original series of community managers, if you will. And we have since then lovingly passed the baton to you, Hammy, as the next generation of community managers.
I think that's a great explanation. Plus, TNG is my favorite Star Trek show, so it is very fitting.
Also, blue's my color.
You look great.
You look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So Gabe, what do we have in store for today?
We have a ton of stuff on the docket today. We're going to be going over some of the big key moments that has happened in Star Trek Fleet Command's history. Myself and Hammy are going to be talking a little bit about our experiences in Community Manager and how things have changed. We're going to be going over some awesome submissions from all of you and much, much more.
That sounds like a ton of stuff for you guys. I am actually going to be sneaking away to work on a project that I have over here. So
What's the project?
Yeah.
I may or may not have a Star Trek Lego Enterprise that I'll be working on throughout this show. But you guys got it, so I'll just see you guys later.
See you, Beck.
Before we move on, Gabe, did you put a shirt on just now?
I did. It's very cold in space, believe it or not.
Very chilly.
I had one beamed in real quick while Beck was on her way back to do her Lego project. And now I'm ready, locked in, and we can go into our first segment. Michael, take us away.
We're all toasty warm and ready to go. Let's go over 7 moments in 7 years and just kind of go over the history of the game and some of the best features or moments that we really enjoyed. All started out when we launched a multi-year mission to grow Galaxy players and alliances.
Yeah, I mean, alliances are a massive part of, I think, every single commander's journey in Star Trek Fleet Command. They're the foundation of what everything that our community has done and built is rested upon.
Yeah.
From there, one of my favorite things to come into the game, group armadas.
Oh yeah.
Armadas are one of the first things where multiple players were coming together and actually taking on big targets with multiple ships, and I think it's been the inspiration for a lot of different types of things that we've tried in Star Trek Fleet Command since.
Absolutely. We also launched anomalous phenomena with the USS Discovery.
Oh,
Gabe, I know
the Discovery.
This is a big ship for you. Everybody loves this ship.
I mean, the Discovery it's such a quality of life upgrade, right? It's so easy for everyone to get around.
Yep.
Instant teleportation to systems. It's a core piece of every fleet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But moving on, we got to the series that I absolutely adore, and that's TNG. We got Picard, we got Riker, we got Troy, we got Data, we got Worf. These are the characters that I love, and I was just inspired to see them added to the game because this is the show that I was waiting for. Yep. And that was, I think, one of the best additions. We also introduced away teams.
We had away teams, Data was in away teams, and then we also had the Years of Terror where Honor Gar Worf was the PvP officer with Harrison, and that was the bee's knees for a while.
Yep.
And then things continue to go on from there. Speaking of PvP, you know, we introduced Strange New Worlds. Season 1 came out, and the new Strike Teams came out. Deep Space Nine came out, so we got to see the Defiant, which I know is one of your favorite ships.
I love the Defiant. I've loved Deep Space Nine forever. Getting the Defiant in-game, it was amazing for me. And going out and doing some of the solo armadas was just, it was so cool. And I used that Defiant, I think, for years afterwards. It wasn't just kind of like a ship that I used once or twice. But then we launched actually one of the most popular factions I think we've ever seen in-game, and that's the X-Borg. And it just made so many of the loops much more efficient, and it was so much easier to do. I think it transformed the game in a way that players kind of interact and play with it. Would you agree, Gabe?
Yeah, I think that when I first experienced Xborg and freebooters, obviously like when they first came out, they were chunky, hard to kill. But once you were able to regularly defeat these hostiles, it really made your daily goals and everything that you were going to be going about much, much more easy. And so I think the Xborg is absolutely one of the things as a player I am really glad that I have invested time into.
Same here.
After that, we had the Mirror Universe. We had a lot of interesting things with Saris Invasion and many other types of items. And then, of course, we had the arena. The big arena came around. Everyone got to start defeating and destroying each other in a very safe environment away from rules of engagement. And then, after that, oh my gosh, the Independent Archives.
Independent Archive.
Yeah, wow. That was actually one of the first things that I got to work on in my new role, too, after being a CM. A lot of commanders really enjoyed it because it really rewarded you, just like the Xborg, for staying on top of certain goals and keeping up with things and finally giving you like a, hey, you've done everything you needed to do for this ship, you're done. And I think that was a really cool thing.
I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to compare it to Xborg as well, just making it so much more efficient for players to kind of get through these loops so much easier, click of a button. Independent Archives is easily one of the most popular features we've ever put out. We get constant asks, when are we going to update, when are we going to update? And so it's been amazing.
Let me circle back and get back to you on that.
Oh, really? Interesting.
No, I just felt like I needed to put my catchphrase in there at some point. I'm sure I'll do it again too.
I gotcha. However, I have to say, we released one of the best arcs I've ever played in game, and that's Wrath of Khan. Khan! That's right, Gabe. Wrath of Khan, I've been waiting for the Reliant in game. We got Khan as a fleet commander.
We did.
It's been so much fun and so gratifying to finally get, I think, what is the most popular aspect of Star Trek into the game. It's been probably one of my favorite arcs of all time.
It's just incredible, the amount of different stories and buildings and ships that have been added to Star Trek Fleet Command over the years. And I'm really excited for the future. But I'm also excited to continue looking back on all the great things that has built us up to this point today.
You know what I'm excited for, Gabe? A status report from Beck.
Hey! So we're actually on bag 3
of
30. And
okay.
All right.
It's fine. We'll get there.
We're 10% done. How much through the show are we?
Bag 3 of 30.
15%. You're fine. You gotta pick it up.
Math. Okay. Got it. Well, thankfully, the wonderful stagehands helped me pre-open bags.
Oh my gosh.
So we could speed me up. But we're doing great over here. Thanks for asking.
Remember, Beck, it's a sprint, not a marathon. But let's move on. Gabe,
yes.
As a former community manager, I'm the current community manager of Discord. We have some stories to tell. We've seen some stuff. We've seen some things. Let's talk about some of the events that we're proud of, some of the bigger moments that we experienced as community managers. What do you got for us? Treasury is full. I know that one well.
Yes, we actually have some of the submissions from that community event that we're going to be putting up on screen later on. There were many good ones. But no, in all seriousness, I think that this was one of the first communities that I really felt like accepted me. I know, obviously, there were good times, there were bad times. You know, we had free treasury, lag, servers down. You know, there's just a lot of things that happen with any live service game. But I can truly say that at the end of the day, I've never worked with a group of people that have cared so much about not only the game, but the rest of the people that they're interacting with on a day-to-day basis. I think one of the big differences with this community versus, you know, other communities I'd worked with was that I could be very genuine in myself a lot of the time. I'm sure everyone will know and joke and say things about how I would always want to validate things and get back to you and circling back, but it was really just because I wanted to do the best job I could. And I see you doing the same thing, and I think that you and I both know that you'd be hard pressed to find a more passionate group of people than the Star Trek Fleet Command community. I don't know what you think.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with everything you said. I think one of the fundamental awesome aspects of our community is the Star Trek fandom. And kind of basing it within Star Trek, I think there's an understanding of what the show represents. And when you add it to the game, you add alliances to the game, you really bring together a phenomenal community. Just with the depth of the game as well, I think it really does speak to a lot of fans of Star Trek, and then having your favorite ships, having your favorite officers. But when it comes to the community, like you mentioned with some of the, treasury is full. I mean, you have certain things that might not go according to plan.
Yeah.
They're free gala.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We've seen our share of fires on Discord for sure.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've learned is that you really have to work with the community. You can't just go to them and be like, no, this is how it's going to go. You have to have a dialogue with them. And like you said, you have to be genuine with them, because they know when you're going to be disingenuous, and they will be almost eager to call you out. So you have to really be yourself in chat on Discord. And I think it is one of the best communities in games, and it's a privilege that we get to work with them.
Yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, I mean, you've been doing this for how long now? About a year? 2 years?
Going into 2 years now.
Man, time flies.
Yeah.
It literally is a made-up construct, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It has gone very quickly. Myself and my fellow community manager, Polly, have been running official. And it can be, and I'll tell you what, before I started this job, I just kind of hovered over Discord and I just watched, because I would see him running into these fires and things, going on. But as a community manager, you have to be present. And at first, it's terrifying, because there's so much going on. The more visible you are, the more present you are, I think the more the community kind of reacts to you being there and appreciates you being there. And I know that they say this to me, and I'm sure they said this to you, that they know that it's not the community manager's fault when, say something happens in game that is less than optimal, but the community manager is there to be kind of that communication point between the players, and so they'll say, nothing against you, but here's a lot of what I think about something.
Here's a lot of very pointed feedback about a specific topic.
Yes, they
that
do not
we are
mince
very
words.
appreciative of all of the time.
Yes.
No, but you're 100% right. I think it's really important to know that we are one team, right? We might not always agree with how an event is made or how something is rewarded. We might argue about how we're getting there, but there's no question about us being on the same team and wanting to just have the best possible Star Trek experience out there. Absolutely. And so no matter what happens, I just held on to that and knew that if people stopped giving me feedback, that's when I would start getting worried.
Yes, I think that's a great point, because if there's one thing that we get a lot of is feedback, and it really does inform the direction of the game. But I wanted to just bring up one more thing. Beck, does the saucer section actually detach?
It does. Crazily enough, it does. I don't know if I will be brave enough to do that, but Lego actually made this entire ginormous set of Legos, and it came in 2 books. So the first book is literally just like the bottom section, the base, the nacelles, that piece, and then the top is all about the saucer. So we'll get to the saucer, but right now we're about halfway through bag 4. So we're moving and we're cruising.
As we celebrate the 7th anniversary, I wanted to take a moment to really thank all the people that help make this community amazing. I can't do this on my own. I know that Eco couldn't do it on his own, but number one, I want to thank out my main dude, Sim Polly, my community manager, partner in crime. You are absolutely phenomenal and we appreciate you. But beyond Sim Polly, I also wanted to thank our moderators. This is a bananas job, and our moderators, both past and present, have been phenomenal in working with our community and helping kind of address any issues that come up. I also want to say thanks to our ecoms, our epic commanders. They are there day in, day out, kind of keeping an eye on things, helping players, guiding players, and raising issues. So this whole team together is what really helps this community keep going on its own, and we really appreciate the help. And now some familiar faces from across the community have a special message as we celebrate the 7th anniversary.
What's going on? I'm Ultimate DJs.
And I'm Griffin.
We would like to wish from our community to yours a very, very happy 7 years.
Thank you for the 7 years of teamwork and dedication and the friendships that have grown far beyond the game.
To our community, all my love.
Your passion, energy, and friendship make this community truly special.
Thanks for all the support this year, all the great memories we made. Looking forward to making some even better ones in year number 8, and I'll see you around the galaxy.
7 incredible years of teamwork, alliances, and epic battles. Here's to many more adventures across the stars.
Thank you to the community for bringing all these people together to play Star Trek Fleet Command.
Happy 7th anniversary Star Trek Fleet Command. Live long and prosper!
Live long and prosper.
Long live and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
May you live long and prosper.
Hi, Commanders. Eco again here. So, Hammy found a tribble issue going on with the ship, so for the time being, I'm going to be doing the mailbag. Got 3 burning questions coming from the community here, and I'm going to do my best to answer them with anything besides let me get back to you on that. So, first question is, when are we adding more ships to the independent archives? Now, good news, we got 2 coming up. In December, we're adding the Meridian, and then planned currently for February, we're going to be adding the Mantis. We'll have more information on that as we get closer to February. Question number 2, G5 scrapping. Now, there's been a lot of communication on this so far, I know. First we said yes, then we said no. Now we want to confirm and say G5 scrapping is going to be coming to Star Trek Fleet Command. In question 3, are we going to be adding bulk research to Star Trek Fleet Command? The answer is yes. This is still something that we would like to do. Bulk research would be if you research something and you haven't completed the dependencies leading up to it, this feature would allow all of those to be researched and the one that you're trying to get done at the same time. Very cool feature. I'm personally very excited about it. However, we want to make sure that it is done correctly. We're aiming for 2026 right now, and we will be giving everybody a status update as we get closer to that launch window.
Bag!
We have another bag, which means the Enterprise is that much closer to being built. Moving on, we have the anniversary events and gifts that are happening in-game right now. Now, we're in week 2 of the anniversary celebration. This means that Quark has successfully gotten Cisco to agree to the casino inside of Deep Space Nine. Cisco's beloved baseball is gone. You'll have multiple events throughout the week on how to find the baseball and get it back working with Cisco, as well as daily gifts. Just like last week, you can earn 2 of those anniversary officer tokens this week, which means that throughout all 4 of those tokens, you can earn yourself a full unlock of an epic officer. Be sure to keep an eye on the in-game news and your events tab to make sure that you are taking advantage and earning all of the amazing things that is there to offer. However, we're gonna take a moment and go and look back at my personal favorite community event, which is Your Treasury is Full meme contest. At number 3, we have Bart Simpson writing over and over again, "Your treasury is full." Who doesn't love Bart Simpson? Please don't sue us. I think that this is just the perfect encapsulation of how often and how many times I personally saw between in-game and Discord, how many times your treasury was full. After that, at number 2, it is beautiful. We love your treasury being full. You love your treasury being full. And I promise you, future iterations will not melt your face off. And of course, at number 1, I think that this is everyone's favorite. It is still used today. It is Data realizing that his treasury is full, even though he just claimed it, and not knowing what to do with himself. So that is your top 3. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Speaking for myself, Beck, and Gabe, we had a lot of fun going over all the submissions for the 7th anniversary art contest. From models to tables to zombies, we had some incredible submissions from very creative commanders. And now the winners. Best crossover, Rinse World and Rowls. To Boldly Go, Astilabor, Melcidius, Bruce Dark Knight, Netskirmada, 7 Years of the Final Frontier, King Mandalorian, and Gunny Jack. Strange New Worlds, Riker Space Guy, Dancing Queen, and Sir Open Triad. We'd like to thank all the commanders who submitted the art that won today and all the art altogether, even if there was a little more AI and we said no AI. Thank you, commanders. It was wonderful to see all your creativity in action.
So unfortunately, I didn't get to finish this Lego set in time to participate in the fan art contest, but I did finish it at home before coming into the studio because LEGO was wonderful enough to send us two. One that I could build ahead of time so I could show off this LEGO Enterprise D for everybody here today, as well as work on one on the side and, well, I guess build it all over again, work on my speed run. I want to talk a little bit about next year and Star Trek's 60th anniversary, how Star Trek Fleet Command is partnering with our ARC theme starting in January. We're going to go with the TOS, the motion picture, and visit V'ger all over again. We'll go into TNG First Contact starting in March and hopefully line up with First Contact Day in Zefram Cochrane. We'll dabble a little bit in Discovery, a little bit in Starfleet Academy, as well as jumping back into Strange New Worlds in time for the newest season. So that's our lineup for the first half of the year for 2026.
But before we get to 2026, we'll have a special preview of Deep Space Nine Retribution Part 2 coming later this week. Gabe?
Oh, yeah. Commanders, thank you so much for celebrating Star Trek Fleet Command's 7th anniversary, and we look forward to celebrating Star Trek's 60th anniversary all year long. Live long and prosper. Hey, Beck.
Yeah.
What does this button do?